is a picture-perfect night for USL Championship Soccer here at Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete. Tailgating going on and a buzz in the air as the only unbeaten side in the East, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, host the Charlotte Independents. Hello, everybody. Great to have you with us. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Match number 8 tonight for the Rowdies, where they are atop the Eastern Conference, and they do not have a defeat up to this point. Pretty impressive stuff, Ryan. How have they been able to pull it off so far?
It all starts with an airtight defense led by Pape Diakite. And as the season progressed, players like Andrew Tanari, Leo Fernandez, and Sebastian Guenzati started to get the offense rolling. This Tampa Bay Rowdies team is operating on all cylinders right now. And
tonight, for the first time this year, coming off a midweek game at Atlanta where the Rowdies came from behind to win 4-1. So tonight they take on a Charlotte team looking to get it together, led by the ageless wonder, Jorge Herrera.
Jorge Herrera plays that classic number 10 role, sitting behind the forward. He can create chances for himself or for other players. The top 3 leading scorers in the USL, Mr. Herrera has a knack for showing up at the right place at the right time.
Incredible what he has been able to do, defying Father Time year after year. And for the Rowdies, Juan Tejada continues to be just a great scorer. Scored his first goal on Wednesday night against Atlanta.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, Juan Tejada, the walk-on, scored his first goal midweek against Atlanta. Getting a vital goal gains his confidence, also shows his versatility, playing the right wing-back position for Coach Collins tonight.
So a difference of 17 years in age between Tejada and Herrera. Should be a great matchup tonight. The Independents and the Rowdies coming up next from downtown St. Pete. Stay tuned.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics right here in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
At Morgan Auto Group, we have one goal: being the one dealer you turn to for all of your automotive needs. We have over 30 dealerships and more than 20 brands, and thousands of vehicles to choose from at prices that won't have your budget in the box, with guarantees that give you more than just peace of mind.
Nice hockey reference.
Just putting the biscuit in the basket, Tyler.
Nobody says that right.
Agree to disagree? Because when you make it Morgan,
we make it happen.
This is my kind of happy hour.
My kind of joyride.
My kind of nightlife.
Whether you're just finding your stride or making the golden years look good, Florida Blue goes beyond health insurance, investing in the health and communities of all Floridians, so you can feel good saying, "That's my kind of blue."
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
An electric atmosphere tonight at Al Lang Stadium. Tampa Bay Rowdies set to duel with their arch rival in USL Championship, the Charlotte Independents. Starting formations brought to you by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. First for the Independents, keep an eye on the Martinez brothers, Alex the midfielder, Enzo the forward. Curtis Anderson is the goalkeeper, 4 goals allowed this season. And for the Rowdies, Zach Steinberger back in that starting 11. Leo Fernandez having a sensational year in the midfield, wearing number 11. John McCarthy has been brilliant in goal. Let's send it down on the pitch to the third member of our crew. Hello, Heather Donnelly.
Hey, Drew. Well, you saw it there in the starting lineups. No, it wasn't a mistake on the graphics. There really are two Dominic Oduros on the field tonight. There's Dom Oduro, midfielder for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and then Dom Oduro, forward for the Charlotte Independents. No relation that we know of, although they both are from the same town in Ghana. And this offseason, they met up for the first time, putting a picture on social media for everyone to see. So tonight, we'll get to see them go head-to-head on the field, guys.
Yeah, those two have been going back and forth all week long on social media, on Twitter, and they are certainly going to have some fun here tonight. Neil Collins for the Rowdies in his second season. What a job he has done. I think a Coach of the Year candidate up to this point in USL Championship. Jim McGinnis in his first season for the Charlotte Independents. The Rowdies tonight wearing their home special Volt colors, ready to electrify this crowd at Al Lang, and Charlotte comes in the visiting blue, and you can see there has not been a more perfect night for football here this season.
Absolutely beautiful environment here in Al Lang Stadium, sitting on the ocean, and this Rowdies team on fire. It is a heck of an atmosphere in St. Petersburg.
Pape Diakite, such a fixture in the back for the Rowdies. Fans still finding their seats, and we're set to get underway. So Dom Oduro for Charlotte will put it in play. Independents with 4 points. 16th place in the East. Oh, how huge a win would be here tonight. We're underway from downtown St. Pete, Charlotte, and Tampa Bay. Daniel Gutierrez leads our officiating crew here tonight. Osterhaus Schwartz and Guga Zenzono also on the crew. Not a cloud in the sky. Pristine conditions, 78 degrees, a light breeze coming up through the bay. Ralph's mob is in their seat. Ryan, you're ready to go. I'm ready to go. And so is Juan Tejada getting another start tonight for the Rowdies.
I think it's important for the Rowdies tonight to jump on this Charlotte team. The Rowdies have scored 9 goals in the last 3 games. I think the plan is to attack, attack, attack.
Tanari, nice job. Left side now, Fernandez has been absolutely outstanding for the first part of the season. And here is Leo. Fernandez surrounded, that time Alex Martinez playing it for Charlotte. Well, Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and Select special offers, go to SelectSportAmerica.com. That's SelectSportAmerica.com. What keys are we looking for here tonight, Ryan?
Well, the Rowdies are on fire. The confidence is up. Juan Tejada, Sebastian Guenzati, and Leo Fernandez are all on the pitch at the same time. So the Rowdies want to jump on Charlotte and attack them for 90 minutes. On the other end, Charlotte come limping into Al Lang Stadium. They are struggling this season. They want to start strong and try not to concede any early goals, because it's really hard to play a match when you're playing uphill. So with the early pressing by the Rowdies, a throw in. Tariq Murad, who's been Mr. Consistent in that back line.
Caleb Richards pushing it forward, now getting it back for Tampa Bay. There you see the injury story, and that's important tonight for the Rowdies, most notably Sean Berry, number 19, and also Jan Ekra, who has been a huge part of the attack. They are both not available tonight, and Kevin George is out for Charlotte. He is also a big-time piece in their attack.
Big ingredients for the Rowdies tonight in Ekra and Barry, but it's the next man up sort of attitude that this team has had all season long.
Oduro settling things for the Independents. Talked about starting fast for Charlotte and how important it is, especially coming off a 3-0 drubbing last week at home to their arch rival, North Carolina.
Yeah, at home as well. Now you travel away and you come to this Rowdies team that smelled blood in the water.
In case you're just joining us, as Heather Donnelly stated, both the Aduros facing off here tonight. Dominic Aduro for the Tampa Bay Rowdies wearing number 18, and Dominic Aduro number 7 for Charlotte. Should be a great matchup. Aduro on the visiting side plays a little more of a forward, holding mid on the Tampa Bay side for Dom Aduro.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 different mentalities out on the pitch right now. Dominic Aduro, number 7 for Charlotte, is going to get wide on this left-hand side and create chances and for himself and for others, while the little engine, Dominic Aduro for the Rowdies, is going to block those lanes in the midfield and try to break up plays in that center circle.
Leo Fernandez now, tremendous pace. This is what he does best. Fernandez with some room on that left flank, airs it for Tejada up in the air, and trying to elevate in the box was Guenzati. A good attempt by the Rowdies, even though did not get a shot on goal. Still, that was Fernandez again doing what he does best.
The Samba man on that left-hand side. And there's that Dominic Aduro. He's going to be creating havoc on the Rowdies' left-hand side as well. So Leo Fernandez on the Rowdies' left, or Duro on Charlotte's left. Should be an interesting matchup.
Rowdies working that left side again. Brandon Allen in the starting lineup wearing number 10. Allen with a goal the other night up in Atlanta. His first as a Tampa Bay Rowdy.
I have to give it to Coach Collins. What a shrewd decision to bring Brandon Allen back in the starting lineup. The number 10 was struggling to begin the season. The Rowdies are looking for him to get goals. He got one last week at the end of the game, and they put him right back in the starting lineup to ride that wave of confidence.
But he is a proven goal scorer in this league, even though he had some attempts get away from him at the start of the year. I like the vote of confidence by Coach Collins, saying, hey, Brandon, we need you. You are in the 11 here tonight. Tejada tries to cross it, and the Rowdies trying to track it down with Tenari. Could not collect. And now Charlotte tries to counter the other way. Aduro has some great speed, got by Diakite, and now we'll hold things up. Numbers for the Independents. Here it comes, shot on goal, McCarthy, a great save.
What a great save by John McCarthy. Dominic Aduro just holding up on a lovely through ball, and John McCarthy with the foot save. Yet again, he is 5th in the USL with saves, number 1 on clean sheets, and he's showing why on that very save.
A couple weeks ago against Louisville City, John McCarthy put together a highlight reel of saves, and he is picking up right where he left off. Tejada cuts off the pass intended for Gutman. Zach Steinberger also back in the 11 here tonight. And John McCarthy, not just a couple weeks ago, but took that up to Atlanta. Allowed 1 goal, but made some great saves on the road, helping the Rowdies secure that 4-1 victory and the 3 points on the road.
I think the old saying is form is temporary, but class is permanent. And I think John McCarthy is all class.
Rowdies possessing here in the 8th minute. Leo Fernandez, so lethal on that left side. See how the defense reacts every time the ball is at his feet. Now it's Tejada. Juan Tejada tried to cross it in, and streaking was Brandon Allen, who was in pretty good position, but it's off his foot and across the end line.
Well, if you ever ask the question, how come the Rowdies have scored 9 goals in the last 3 games? Mr. Andrew Tenari, Juan Tejada, Leo Fernandez linking up, getting this Rowdies team in the last third, getting them going, creating chances, and putting those chances away.
Murad sending it back. McCarthy handling it for Tampa Bay. 21 saves on the season for John McCarthy. And Sally. Now Aduro. Rowdies will work from the back. Caleb Richards on loan from Norwich City. Been a great find for this Rowdy side. Charlotte will send it out. Fans follow the Rowdies and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans already discovering ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. The USL Championship only on ESPNplus.com.
Oh, lovely play by Tejada.
Fernandez, right-footed on the ground and fielded by Anderson.
Well, Leo Fernandez has been all left-footed his career, showing that he can now come in on that right-hand side. But the play all began with Juan Tejada using that adventurous spirit on this right-hand side. Just taking defenders out of position, making it easier for the forwards. And the Rowdies are making their intentions clear. Attack, and attack early.
Corner kick coming up for Charlotte, and it'll be Enzo Martinez, the former Colorado Rapid, with his 2 assists on the season, setting it up. Enzo Martinez, such an integral part of the Independents over the past few seasons. Rowdies in place defensively. And you see Aduro, number 7, right there in the middle of everything. Alex Martinez also inside the 6. Ball placed far. Foot on it, inside the box and scored. Aduro gets on the board for Charlotte. Ricocheted off the set piece, and it's 1-0.
But the Rowdies on that set piece got caught flat-footed, ball watching, and not reacting to that loose ball. The ball goes to the last post. It's Gutman who heads it back across. And the ball just ends up at Dominic Aduro's feet. He is onside. Looks like Pape Diakite is keeping him onside. And a good finish at the end by the number 7. So the attacking Aduro gets a goal. And Charlotte Independence gets the perfect start for them here at Allianz Stadium.
Well, we said Charlotte had to start strong. Curtis Anderson and company have done just that. A goal on the board in the 11th minute to get the Rowdies' attention, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Drew, goals change everything. Now the Rowdies have to force the game, force the tempo, while Charlotte can maybe sit back just a little bit more, not too much, but just be a little more comfortable in their chair as the game continues.
Well, against the Charlotte franchise, Rowdies are 1-1-2 all time. It's 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draws, going back to 2017.
We remember the last game, the last home game of last season. Charlotte came into Allianz, stole a victory. And I'm sure Leo Fernandez, Pape Diakite, and Sebastian Guenzati remember that night vividly.
Remember a late goal taken away for an offside in that contest. Allianz Stadium jumping on that night. October 6th was the date. Still remember it clearly as Richards settling things for the Rowdies.
Yeah, Mr. Leon Taylor got a late goal to bring the Rowdies back into it. Just wasn't enough.
Rowdies moving forward now. Here's Tejada. And a Rowdies corner kick coming up.
Now here's an opportunity for Andrew Tonari. Very good at dead balls, and so is Leo Fernandez. As they're going to come both get together on this corner kick and try and get the 6-footers like Pape Diakite involved as he comes forward.
Leo Fernandez will be the in-swinger. See Dougherty, the biggest target for Tampa Bay. Also, Brandon Allen has got to be figured. He's inside the 6 as well. Ball is headed up and cleared momentarily by Efrem Taku, the former Rowdy, tonight on the Charlotte side. He is wearing number 26.
Yeah, Taku is going to have a little extra to play for tonight, going up against some of his old teammates.
Tanari over to Tejada. Guenzati also setting it up. Tejada, double team trying to split it.
Juan Tejada. Unlucky not to get the call, but showing his skill.
See Guenzati helping out his teammate there. And Mansali spending a little extra time on the ground.
Well, El Capitan is not going to be happy for Tejada not getting that call. So he's going to make sure. Here he is again. Puts the ball through the player's leg. It's called a nutmeg. Gets body checked. And then Sebastian Guenzati is going to say, you know what? Why don't you have a seat?
That's what a captain does, right? Sort of maintains order on the pitch.
That armband on his sleeve is there for a reason. And he's going to lead from in front.
Well, let's send it down to Heather Donnelly. Heather, what's up?
Hey, Drew. It was a big day for Rowdies defender Caleb Richards and the Rowdies' friends across the pond, Norwich City. They found out today that they'll be promoted next season to the Premier League. So big stuff from Norwich City, the other green and gold team that are very good friends of the Rowdies, guys.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And that means Caleb Richards possibly is going to have one heck of a future in front of him.
Well, the difference between Championship and Premier League, we're talking tens of millions of dollars for that club. Huge day for Norwich City and their fans.
Rowdies once again drawing the foul. Dominic Oduro going down. And I believe that time was it Oduro on Oduro? It certainly was. For the first time, the two Oduros meeting, and Dominic Oduro on the Rowdy side is like, hey, come on, man. I thought we were friends. Brandon Allen heads it forward. Anderson will come up and take care of it.
Anderson from that Scottish powerhouse, Glasgow Celtic. Him and the number 25, number 14, Mark Hill, who's on the bench tonight. Another Celtic prospect.
Eric Morad. Morad playing tonight. Former USL champion. Alex Martinez lost it, given up. Tanari takes care of it. Here come the Rowdies. Guenzati's shot. Score! Sebastian Guenzati levels at 1.
It starts with the little magician, Andrew Tanari. The ball to Guenzati's feet, and what a cool finish by the Uruguayan. He fakes the defender and tucks it neatly like a Christmas present under a tree. And this game is all tied up. 17 minutes gone, the Rowdies respond through the El Capitan.
5th goal of the season for Sebastian Guenzati. Seba, the captain, delivers. And we're level at 1. Home crowd going nuts at Al Lang. So the Rowdies answer the early goal by the Independents.
Andrew Tanari, he is such a playmaker, gets the ball and just instantly knows where to go. He looks left, passes the ball right, takes the defenders out of it, and then Guenzati still had a lot to do, just tucked it away beautifully.
Andrew Gutman now will toss it in for Charlotte. Just can sense the Rowdies were a little bit of a sleeping beast coming into tonight, and they have certainly awakened. Neil Collins, meanwhile, games like this you've got to have at home in the month of April. Rowdies do not want to play down to their competition tonight. They want to continue to prove why they are one of the elite clubs in USL Championship.
They have to ride that wave of confidence. And what a wave it is. I mean, comparing the beginning of the season to the last 3-4 games, how the tide has changed, Drew. Where everyone is a little more confident now. They know exactly where they're going to run. The chemistry has kicked in. There's no more thinking, there's more reacting in the last third. And as a result, the goal count has just skyrocketed.
That was the 14th goal of the season for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They have conceded only 4. And that differential of +10 right now is the best in USL Championship. Ball straight up in the air. Rowdies wait for it. Guenzati heads it forward, and now Tenari continues to be a difference maker. And Tenari again battling for it. Goes down this time. Aduro comes up as both teams battle just outside the center circle.
Zach Steinberger has that job sitting right behind Tenari. Has to support him on loose balls. Has to give the number 15 some support, and he's doing a good job right now.
Zach Steinberger with Dominic Aduro. Rowdies with a slight possession edge so far. Morad forward to Tejada.
Tejada so comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Morad. Steinberger fights through. Zach Steinberger going down. We play through. Steinberger right now doing a pretty good job directing in traffic, but that ball given away, and Charlotte now with a chance to counter.
The ball was given away, but great confidence by the Rowdies. And there we just saw one of Dominic Aduro's trademark tackles. But it just shows the confidence of this Rowdies team. Everybody wants to get on the ball now. Everybody wants a touch.
Richards sending it forward. Getting very physical right now in the midfield as Martinez advances, and Leo Fernandez, a little check in the back will be called a foul. They'll set it down just across the midfield line. Well, one of the reasons Charlotte has struggled this season, Ryan, has been they have been without one of the biggest guys they're missing from last year, Jan Ekra, who right now is a member of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, not available tonight. He is, of course, injured with the ankle, still recovering. But without Ekra, Charlotte certainly a different pace they have had offensively that just has not been able to find its niche.
Jan Ekra just provides so much in the center midfield position, in attack and defending. And any team that does not have him or where he leaves, he's going to leave a hole. Charlotte is suffering.
So Martinez shoots it far left, and it'll be a goal kick for McCarthy.
Enzo Martinez continues to struggle this season. He's out of form, does not have a goal to his name. Had a nice spell. He got called up by the Colorado Rapids last season. It did not work out, and it seems like Martinez, his form has dipped since he's come back to the Charlotte lineup. Maybe a bit of a letdown after being released by the Rapids. But Martinez definitely struggling at this moment.
Some other players also. Cordell Cato, the midfielder. Caleb Calvert, forward last year for Charlotte. Not on the pitch this season for the Independents, and that also has figured into it. You mentioned Jorge Herrera in the open. He likely will come off the bench here tonight. You have to wonder, if you are Jim McGinnis, how much is left in those 39-year-old legs.
As a result of that, well said, Drew, as a result, they've brought the young Zion Jones, the national under-17 player, actually last U20 player.
Alex Martinez now takes the shot. John McCarthy on the ground takes care of it for the Rowdies.
And they've also brought in the young Nicky Jackson from Colorado Rapids on a season-long loan. So they're trying to address the young legs in the forward line, trying to refresh those legs, if you will. So Charlotte definitely not blind to their shortcomings.
Duro from the center circle. You know, you mentioned being released from an MLS side and coming to USL. That is not always that big of a step down. The level in this league, Ryan, has increased so much from year to year that a lot of times with some of these elite clubs in USL Championship, you are not going to be able to tell any difference.
Well, we saw this last week. Atlanta 2 is a feeder club for Atlanta.
Alex Martinez now just outside the box, tries to service it in. Dougherty is there, and he tries to clear it for the Rowdies. Tampa Bay avoids danger that time.
Atlanta 2 is a feeder club for Atlanta. Last week, when the Rowdies played Atlanta in Atlanta, there were 4 MLS players on that team, and the Rowdies looked fantastic.
Yellow card issued to Enzo Martinez. So a Yeoman's Pub yellow card issued here in the 25th minute to Martinez, and this is the reason why. Just wrapped his arms around Fernandez and took him down.
Well, the Samba man was doing his dance, but Martinez didn't want to dance with him, so just threw the Brazilian to the ground, and the referee not appreciating that.
So first Yeoman's Pub yellow card issued here tonight. I want to remind you, be sure to tune in Wednesday, April 30th for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN Plus, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC visiting the two-time defending champion USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week, April 30th on ESPN 3 and ESPN Plus. Memphis and Louisville City coming at you tonight. It's Tampa Bay Rowdies and Charlotte Independence. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly. Hope you're enjoying it on a gorgeous night here in the Tampa Bay area.
Just looking at the midfield for Charlotte Independence. Excellent job tracking back a little while ago, dispossessing Tenari. We look at the young number 8, Mikkel Maria, the Curacao native, just got picked up this week. Here he is, a box-to-box player, and he's going to turn into an important ingredient to this Independence team as they look to rebuild. Here he is again on the ball, just trying to dictate the flow.
Moran touches back to McCarthy. In case you're just joining us, Dominic Gaduro, a goal for Charlotte. Rowdies responding with a goal by Sebastian Guenzati. And there's some scores from around the league. We're tracking all the games for you tonight. North Carolina a lead at the half. Nashville 1-0 over Pittsburgh. That is a good one. Certainly be tracking that one throughout the course of the night. Here's Mansally. He'll touch it towards McCarthy, and McCarthy will kill it. And the Rowdies trying to settle things down, and that back line has looked a little vulnerable so far for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Mansally is popping up on this left-hand side, and Juan Tejada, who has answered the bell so well for Coach Collins, is not picking up Mansally like he should. And as a result, the number 29 is popping up in some dangerous positions.
Maria starts that run. Martinez tries to get it forward, and a good job by Caleb Richards to cut it down. Brandon Allen now. Hugh Roberts trying to stay with him.
So important for the Rowdies to keep Brandon Allen involved in the game, give him touches.
Allen had 8 goals last year for Nashville and Bethlehem. Oh, Fernandez goes down again. They are all over Leo Fernandez and being very physical with the Brazilian.
He's in such great form, him and Andrew Tonari. Defenders are trying to just get on him, get physical, bumping off of his game.
Tejada now. Tejada's looks so comfortable on that right side. Caleb Richards and Diakite.
Now Fernandez very much a finesse player on that left-hand side. And it looks like the Independents are going to try to provide some physicality.
Fernandez in traffic, touches to Tonari. Beautiful job by the Rowdies sharing it. The giveaway though by Guenzati, just as I say that. And now coming back is Taku. So Efrem Taku against his former team here tonight. Aduro will help him up and draw a yellow card in the process. That's going to be the 4th yellow on Dominic Aduro. As take a look at Efrem Taku, and the yellows starting to stack up on number 18.
Well, he went to Efrem Taku right after. Look at the challenge here by Dominic Aduro. No intentions for the ball, and Efrem Taku did not like it when he came over, and he could be very lucky to have only gotten a yellow card.
That was not a good play by Dom Aduro. And I think he knows it. So a Yeoman's Pub yellow card issued to Dominic Aduro. And you think, Ryan, lucky to avoid the red in a situation like that.
Just no effort to go for the ball, and that sort of scissors swivel kick at the bottom that can really injure a player. Some referees may not take a liking to that and send you straight to the showers.
Enzo Martinez. Now Joel Johnson throwing it in for Charlotte. You mentioned Independence struggling coming into tonight. Sometimes a trip here down to the Bay Area to play the Rowdies in their home venue can wake you up if you're Charlotte. They're hoping for that. And so far, they're playing much better. As you see Jim McGinnis, their head coach, looking on. In his first season, has tried to put the pieces together. Has not worked effectively thus far, but tonight could be that breakout night.
This Independence team has so many new faces on their roster, and they are players that never played in the USL before. So they don't know too much of the culture, too much of the environment. And McGinnis has his work cut out to try to get this team to compete.
Gutman, good job possessing tonight for Charlotte. 32nd minute, we're leveled at 1. Mansally. And now Roberts. Aduro touches it outside, right flank now. Martinez falling on the ball for a moment, got right back up, could not advance it from there as Fernandez tries to clear it for Tampa Bay.
Oh, great hold-up play by Brandon Allen. Just completely takes the pressure off of the Rowdies, and now they can start their attack. It all started with the big number 10.
On Tejada, the right wing back, sending it a little too far forward. Tonari can't catch up to it. And we'll have a goal kick for Charlotte. Let's check in on the pitch with Heather.
Hey, Drew, let's talk a little bit about Zach Steinberger out there, working hard in the midfield, doing a little bit of everything out on the field. And that's kind of what he does off the field as well. A little bit of everything. He's working with a meal prep company to donate 500 meals for every goal that he scores this season. He also just recently announced that he got his real estate license for Florida. So, hey, if you're buying or selling a house in the Tampa Bay area and you want a Tampa Bay Rowdy to be your realtor, give Zach a call. And hey, while we're talking about Zach and his side hustles, we'll give you a little sneak peek of our halftime feature. We asked the Rowdies to tell us about their first job. And of course, Zach had a pretty cool one. So make sure you stick around at halftime and find out what it was, guys.
Cannot wait for that. Heather Donnelly, thank you so much. Zach Steinberger, such a well-rounded individual and just a joy to be around. The Rowdies thrilled to have him here for this 2019 season. A great job earlier this week by Kevin O'Donnell, Fox 13. A good story on Zach and what he is doing for the needy and providing meals. Just a great gesture. Shot advantage so far to the Independents, 8-3. And Charlotte executing exactly what they wanted to coming in here tonight.
Definitely a strong start by the Independents. Solid in the back, and then testing McCarthy a couple times, getting forward, finding their spaces as the Rowdies push forward and be aggressive. You will find those gaps at the back, and the Independents have found them.
34th minute, Caleb Richards active so far for Tampa Bay. Goal by Aduro on the Charlotte side, and the Rowdies countering with Guenzati. About 10 minutes later.
Just looking at the patience of this Rowdies team. Andrew Tenari, the playmaker himself, busy as a bee around that center circle, just creating flow, creating direction for this Rowdies team. Certainly taking the pressure off of Coach Collins in the attacking third.
Rowdies unable to keep possession. Mikkel Maria sending it forward, and here come the Independents. Getting free is Mensali. McCarthy on guard. Here's Cross. Aduro in the box, and we have got contact, and this is going to be on Aduro as Richards went down. They're saying he was shoved from behind that time.
Well, Caleb Richards getting all the way back to cover for the Rowdies, and in the end it was a saving tackle by him, just impeding the forward Aduro. A brilliant pass by Maria, and Aduro miskicking. And getting Caleb Richards in a very, very awkward position.
I thought it was a shove. That was a high kick right to the breadbasket.
Yes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of ice at the end of the game.
'36th minute here at Al Lang Stadium. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly. Great to have you with us on ESPN Plus. Our crew doing a fabulous job as well. Cameras throughout the park here in this great soccer venue. Rowdies sitting atop the Eastern Conference in first place with 15 points to their credit. Unbeaten so far, trying to keep it that way. Andrew Tenari, such a key piece in the Rowdies attack. Left one a little bit short that time.
That pass by Andrew Tenari just under hit. Couldn't get Leo Fernandez in his stride. And Charlotte Independents breathe again.
Tenari had that awesome goal against Louisville City a couple weeks ago. Now it's Tejada. This ball will be deflected. And the youngster, former Eckerd College star, will throw it in. This is Morad coming up from the back, trying to slide wind against Guenzati. Good idea, just a little bit too far to trek for the Uruguayan.
The mob is in full effect tonight, Drew. The drums are banging, the chants are singing. Rowdies atmosphere in full effect.
Yeah, Ralph's mob, what a tremendous job they do, week in and week out. I think the best cheering section in the entire USL Championship. And to say they're a cheering section, I think is doing them not a lot of justice. That's a way of life over there, and some of the things that they accomplish. As Guenzati called for the foul this time.
Yeah, they certainly live the Rowdy way of life in this Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg area.
Touch forward, Inside the box now. Here comes the cross. McCarthy there to cut it down. A little physical so far.
Yeah, the Independents trying to break up this Rowdy finesse and getting up, and here's Dominic Duro replying. And the game is getting a little chippy here in our land, as the Rowdies themselves have been known to be physical in more than a few occasions in this 2019 season.
Pape Diakite goes with the long ball this time. Nearly made it inside the 18. There you see Stephen Tico, center back for Charlotte.
Good idea by Diakite to switch things up and go long. Put some more pressure on the defense, keep them guessing.
Steinberger, trip down, whistle on Joel Johnson. Joel, a couple pushes that time. He is a very physical player, number 22.
It's going to be interesting on this free kick here as Tenari and Fernandez huddle around it. It's definitely on the side for Tenari, the right footer, to swing it in and put it really close to the keeper. As we see Brandon Allen, the number 10, looks interested. Tenari in full control.
Andrew Tenari, the former New York Red Bull 2, puts it in motion. It's got some curl on it, and it was touched by the Independents. Will be a Rowdies corner kick.
Well, when balls are swerved into the box like that, it puts pressure on the defenders. And number 3, Hugh Roberts, did not know who was behind him, so he had to just flick it out for the corner. And speaking about in-swingers, here comes Leo Fernandez to put one in very close to Mr. Curtis Anderson.
Rowdies in their special vault colors here tonight. They are sharp. Guenzati, the main target, already a goal here tonight. Fernandez, line drive. Quickly taken care of by the Independents. Plenty of time, though, before halftime for the Rowdies to put something together offensively.
That corner was a little underhit by Leo Fernandez. Tariq Murad was asking for the head. Instead, it ended up at his feet.
Nice turn by Martinez. Well, he got there quickly, didn't he? Gets inside the box, ball shot. Rowdies again able to clear it, very close.
Well, more space on that right-hand side, the Rowdies' right-hand side. And Enzo Martinez, like you said, got to that byline quickly.
Nice turn this time by Tenari. Andrew Tenari, 2 goals on the season for the Rowdies. Trying to service one in if he can create some sort of space. Tenari, oh, great job trying to keep the ball. Crowd wants a foul. The Rowdies will get a throw in instead.
Well, the big number 8, Mikkel Maria, the Curacao native, using his size and strength to fend off Andrew Tenari on this touchline. Tenari trying to wiggle free. And to see Maria using that body again.
There it is again. Another foul on Charlotte once more. And this time it was Gutman. Well, clearly the game plan for the Independents, be as physical as possible. Do not be outquicked by these Rowdies here tonight.
Just trying to store the momentum by this Rowdies team. Guenzati and company are going to be tested time and time again with physicality.
Curtis Anderson already conceded one for Charlotte. Fernandez, this ball towards the far post. Goalie comes out for a moment. Gutman comes over and now takes care of it for Charlotte.
Curtis Anderson did a good job getting a fingertip on that one. And Brandon Allen at the back post couldn't get his head onto it. Tarek Murad with a bit of a ball-saving skills.
Richards. He is so electric in the back for Tampa Bay. Aduro and Tenari. Tejada holds things up. Guenzati, beautiful football at the moment by the Rowdies. Guenzati, he'll try and cross this one. Oh, Brandon Allen right there at the doorstep. That would have been a sensational goal.
Well, it all started with Sebastian Guenzati peeling free of his marker on a low-driven cross. Allen goes to the near post. It's a bit of an awkward ball, but just couldn't turn it to that last post. And the number 10 just couldn't convert, but again, the Rowdies are asking the questions in the last third of the field. What Coach Collins wants. And the big number 10 just couldn't deliver. But the movement in the last third with Guenzati, Tenari, Tejada, just electric by the Rowdies.
Here's Tenari, turning quickly inside the 18. Tenari, operating through traffic, sending it right. Tejada! Juan Tejada tried the cross, does not get through on the ground. Guenzati trying to clean things up, and that's going to be a high kick on Sebastian Guenzati.
Completely unintentional by the Uruguayan. The ball was bouncing back into his body. He had every right to swing at it. But the defender is sticking his head into that zone. And more often than not, you will get the call in this league.
1 minute of stoppage time here at the end of the first half. Stay tuned, lots coming up at halftime, as Heather said. The Rowdies will tell you what their first job was. Wasn't always playing pro soccer, believe it or not. How about Martinez making another great move along the end line, trying to get one through. He is doing nice work right now. And we'll also hear from Neil Collins, Rowdies head coach. Heather will talk to him on the pitch, his thoughts on the Rowdies' performance here throughout the first 45 minutes and change.
Drew, Enzo Martinez getting to that byline and that ball coming across the 6-yard box. The Rowdies are walking a tight line. And it's something that Coach Collins will have to address at the half. Just can't continue to take that chance.
So Martinez making it happen for Charlotte. Meanwhile, the Rowdies with a goal by Guenzati, level at 1 apiece. Let's send it down on the pitch to Heather.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, an action-packed 45 minutes there. What's your biggest concern as you head into the second half?
We just need certain individuals to raise their game. Simple as that. The boys, the effort's there, the attitude's right, but we just need to increase our performances. We've got a tough game in our hands.
Thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, Heather, a tough game on their hands. Certainly the case tonight at Al Lang Stadium. Level at 1, Rowdies and Independence halftime festivities coming up from Al Lang in just a moment.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics at visitstpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
And that's how you brew it.
My king, this corn syrup was just delivered.
That's not ours. We don't brew Bud Light with corn syrup.
Miller Lite uses corn syrup.
Let us take it to them at once. Oh, brewers of Miller Lite, we received your corn syrup by mistake.
That's not our corn syrup. We received our shipment this morning. Try the Coors Light Castle.
Oh, brewers of Coors Light, is this corn syrup yours? Oh, yeah, that is our corn syrup. Thank you. You're welcome.
Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup.
Hey, this is Rick Stroud, sports writer for the Tampa Bay Times. I'd like to invite you to listen to my new daily podcast, Sports Day Tampa Bay. We'll talk Rays, Lightning, Bucks, and Bulls. I'll have special guests join me regularly for their takes and answer questions from listeners. Join the conversation on Twitter @SportsDayTB and use the hashtag SportsDayTampaBay. Whether you're in the kitchen, on the road, or at the gym, it's Tampa Bay Sports Talk on your schedule. Download it now on iTunes or go to tampabay.com/sports.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back to USL Soccer here. It's halftime, and the Rowdies and Charlotte Independents are all tied up 1-1 after 45 minutes. And right now we're talking first jobs. Believe it or not, professional soccer player wasn't necessarily the first job for every one of the Rowdies. Some of them had maybe a summer job in high school or a side gig in college. So let's find out what the Rowdies did before they became pros.
I was a summer camp counselor, so that was interesting, and I hope to never do that again.
I used to work at this place called Apollo, and I was actually like pressing t-shirts.
My first and only job besides soccer was actually working as a pizza chef at a local pizza restaurant in my hometown, and I got fired from that in a month.
I did a little bit of construction.
Mowing lawns. I used to, in Texas, I used to mow lawns, like go door to door, asking people if they wanted their lawn mowed.
I was either a paper boy or a pool boy, like cleaning up trash and stuff. I don't know which one I got first, but those were like my first actual jobs. I was a waiter. I waited in London in a Spanish restaurant.
I used to be a waiter in a restaurant in Panama. That's kind of the only job outside football that I've had.
I've had a whole mess of random little jobs. The first real job I had was I worked for a data solutions company as a call center guru kind of guy.
The only other job that I had in my life was just being a soccer referee. Growing up in high school, I used to ref on the weekends.
I actually worked at a soccer camp, I think, for the first time. When I was in high school, I was working soccer camps. So that was probably my first real job.
Great stuff from the Rowdies, and thank you, Heather Donnelly, so much for that. Tied 1-1 here at the half. Now let's take a look back at the best of Week 7 from USL Championship and USL League One.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's going to have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal from Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Chadama will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows. Steps. Strikes. And saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine into the box. Van Schake's there. Van Shake.
And again, Callum Irving grabs the game by the scruff of the neck as Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it like a Flangsdorf header.
That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring.
It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah. Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
The flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo. At the top of the box, Lee gets a touch, still driving in, sends it, and into the back of the net.
like Joe took almost on the entire defense there. That left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
Just a great week in both leagues. USL Championship standings coming into tonight. The Rowdies with 15 points atop the Eastern Conference. Charlotte Independence, a slow start, hoping that things eventually pick up. Let's take a look at some scores from out of town. North Carolina FC continues to put it on Hartford Athletic. Hartford struggling in their first season. Nashville on top of Pittsburgh. You also see scoreless matches at the moment. Birmingham, Loudoun United, Memphis, and Charleston Battery, St. Louis, and Swope Park a little bit later on here tonight. USL storylines, Indy 11 for Dane Kelly, named Week 7 Player of the Week, 3 goals and assists in 2 victories. A new soccer-specific stadium in the works in Indianapolis, heading to the governor's desk for approval. That would be absolutely huge for Indy 11. And Indy 11 right now up 6 spots, claiming the top spot in the Week 7 power rankings. Tampa Bay and St. Louis also jockeying there at the top. Those are your storylines from USL Championship. We're in downtown St. Pete tonight, and we're level at 1. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Charlotte Independence. Halftime highlights and stats coming up next.
This is My Kinda Happy Hour.
My kind of joyride. My kind of nightlife.
Whether you're just finding your stride or making the golden years look good, Florida Blue goes beyond health insurance, investing in the health and communities of all Floridians, so you can feel good saying, that's my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
Together we fight.
Together we conquer.
Together we win.
Your Rowdies are back home and ready to fight on Saturday, May 18th as they take on New York Red Bulls 2. You won't want to miss a second of the action. Visit rowdysoccer.com for more info.
Together we are the Rowdies.
Tied at 1, Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charlotte Independence. A very entertaining first half of action here at Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete. Sebastian Guenzati, the lone goal for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Great to have you with us, Drew Felios, alongside Ryan Davis. The Rowdies do concede that early goal, but a pretty nice answer with Guenzati.
Yeah, the offense started to get rolling again. They started to get some sort of momentum. And then Andrew Tenari and Sebastian Guenzati responded for the Rowdies.
Yeah, Rowdies really possessing well at the end of that first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights through the first 45 minutes and change. A ruckus environment tonight here at Al Lang. And Charlotte getting down the pitch very quickly and putting together some strong chances.
Yeah, excellent counterattack. There you saw the great save by McCarthy. It was a foot save with his left foot, no arm, rather. And then Charlotte started to find more gaps again. A loose ball on the corner kick. And guess who it falls to? Dominic Aduro for Charlotte. He tucks it away. 1-0 Independence.
Looks
For a moment, Aduro may have been offsides, but not called. And 1-0 the count early on. Rowdies, though, do come right back, putting a nice run together, and Guenzati with the finish far post.
Tanari, the playmaker, finds Guenzati, and Il Capitan tucks it away beautifully and brings his Rowdies back in the game.
Charlotte coming right back. Good job by Enzo Martinez, who continues to present problems for that Rowdies defense, especially as this first half wound down. Let's take a look at our halftime stats, brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. What stands out, Ryan?
Possession. The Rowdies 66% of the time having that ball, with the Independents doing a good job with that 33%, hanging in there and keeping this game at 1-1.
Charlotte, though, out shooting the Rowdies 8-4. Again, halftime stats brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Let's check in down on the pitch with Heather Donnelly.
Hey, Drew. Some interesting comments there from head coach Neil Collins going into the locker room after those first 45 minutes, saying that certain players needed to raise their level out there on the field. Now, he didn't call out anybody specifically out here publicly, but I would imagine that in the locker room he did have some choice words for whoever those players are. And now we'll have to see. He does have all three of his subs left here in the second half, so if those specific players don't happen to raise their level, I would imagine that he'll be making some changes pretty early on to try to boost the performance here in the second half. Luckily, the Rowdies have a deep bench. They're working off some injuries. They have Jan Ekra and Sean Barry both out with some ankle injuries, but there are still some good options on the bench to bring in, so we'll just have to see what Coach Collins decides to do here in the second half, guys.
Heather, thank you. Remember, this is the first time all season where the Rowdies are playing 2 matches in the span of 4 days. They did play Wednesday night on the road in Atlanta. Got a big 3 points up there, but you have to wonder, perhaps a little bit of fatigue or a little bit of just not the same energy coming out as in 4 days ago.
Well, that's part of the USL season, right? It's going to be a grind. And for you to finish on top, you have to find ways to compete, to stay consistent, even though when the games get pretty short together. And there we have the Independence coach, McGuinness. I'm sure he had some words to say at halftime. But as the season goes on, the Rowdies and the Independents have to find their gaps, find their spots to perform and stay consistent.
Charlotte only 1 victory on the season. The Rowdies with 4 of them. Juan Tejada, big bright spot for Tampa Bay, the right wing back, 22 years old. Played for Eckerd College, then played for the Lakeland Tropics in the PDL. Dream come true, signing with the Tampa Bay Rowdies and scoring on Wednesday night against Atlanta United 2.
What a story Juan Tejada is. Kids from around playing soccer day in and day out can look to this guy and see how he made it right here in the Lakeland area, not too far from the Tampa, St. Pete area. And now he's in a Rowdies uniform playing in the USL.
So just to give you an idea what's at stake here in this second half, you've got a team that's in 16th place in their own conference, Charlotte, right now looking up at pretty much everybody. And the Rowdies at the top in first place. Rowdies should take care of business tonight, but we knew, looking at this Charlotte roster from top to bottom at the beginning, Ryan, that this team was better than their record. There are some household names, and remember, you still got Herrera over there on the bench who's likely to come in later.
Correct. He is the ace up the sleeve of Coach McGuinness, and more than likely he's probably going to come on and get a chance. But the pressure is on the Rowdies to get all 3 points here. And the Independents are going to play appropriately.
Second half underway. Rowdies now moving from right to left. It's usually the opposite here at home. Now Fernandez with Richards. Tampa Bay with that possession edge in the first half, but still being outshot by about 2-1. So how does that happen when you possess so much more than the opposite side, Ryan, when you're being outshot double?
It's all about the quality of chances and the quality of possession. Independents have sit back and they've sat compact. So the shots that the Rowdies have gotten have usually been contested, while the Independents counter-attack and find more space as a result. So their shots are less contested, and as a result have gotten more looks on goal than the Rowdies.
Tejada drawing a foul. They'll place it down. Rowdies will have a pretty nice set piece in the early moments of the second half. Tejada with the signature hair has become a fan favorite in his short time here with Tampa Bay.
Please don't ever cut your hair, Juan Tejada. That is a great head of hair.
You think I could grow my hair out like that?
True, I wouldn't bet my house on it. Just saying.
No worries, not going to try. Curtis Anderson getting set in net. Leo Fernandez will try and place this one perfectly for Tampa Bay. Ball is in a great spot. Oh, you saw Dougherty elevate. Anderson eventually comes down with it.
Well, the big number 44 trying to create some havoc in that 6-yard box. Leo Fernandez picking him out.
Throw it on the far side for Charlotte. Charlotte, their home stadium, the Sportsplex at Matthews. Only one victory there all season long. Coaching transition they've had to make this year with Jim McGuinness, who got his experience with Celtic FC, the Scottish powerhouse. It's a great thing to have on your resume right there. Coach Collins knows a little thing about Scottish football as well.
I would say. I'm sure he's going to have a discussion with Coach McGuinness after the game about some Scottish soccer. Coach Collins from True, Scotland.
Maria to throw it in for Tampa Bay. Aduro playing it from the center circle. Nice touch by Fernandez. As Roberts lets it go, and Anderson will now pick it up for Charlotte.
Look at the high press by the Rowdies to start this second half. Going to put the pressure on Gutman, Roberts, Tico and company in that back line. Try to get an easy goal, try to get an easy opportunity with an errant pass.
Tejada holding it. Tenari caught up in that far corner. Tejada comes over to help out, but the ball across the touchline will be a throw-in now for the Independents. Talk about how competitive this league is as Martinez wrestles it away. You got the #1 team in the East taking on the 16th team in the East, and there are just moments in this match where you just don't see a lot of talent differential. There is talent all over this league, no matter where or what program.
Well, the restructuring of the USL has certainly raised the bar in regards to recruiting talent in this league. As we see top to bottom, everyone on the field can compete.
This is Aduro. Richards, so sure-footed for the Rowdies. Going down was Guenzati, and now the Independents trying a counter. Getting testy on both sides. Tenari, a little shove. Rowdies now control with Fernandez.
Joel Johnson, the number 22, the right back for the Independents, has done such a good job on Leo Fernandez today. Coach McGuinness will be very happy with his right back so far.
As so many times this season, Fernandez has just run free. That hasn't been the case here tonight. No. Charlotte marking him very tightly, as you see right there.
Just not allowing the Brazilian to turn. if you can allow him to play to his back to the goal, that's good. That's the way the Independents would like it all second half long.
Martinez pleading his case. And Fernandez. And the Rowdies will have a set piece here. 52nd minute. Early in the second half, still level at 1.
You see the Martinez brothers talking to the referee. They know Johnson's going to have to use every bit of physicality in the second half. So trying to soften the referee's stance.
Andrew Tenari, good ball. Fernandez tries to collect for the Rowdies, sneaks it through to Tenari. Rowdies outnumbered on that left side. They get it out of there, and now can switch the point of attack. Tejada, so light on his feet here tonight. Dribbles into traffic though and loses this one. And little scuffle with Gutman.
And the physicality continues. Juan Tejada getting dispossessed and bodies go flying as Gutman did not like the way Tejada fell right on top of him. Now the referee is going to try to get a hold of this game.
So a little talking to for Gutman and Tejada. Andrew Gutman, 2 goals and assists this year. Former Indiana Hoosier, a star he was at the NCAA level.
But playing left back for the Charlotte Independents, he definitely picks his spots in moving forward. And when he does, he's very effective.
Anderson to give this a ride for the Independents. No real quality chances so far in this second half. Pape Diakite really was the enforcer through the first 5 matches for Tampa Bay. Since then, Leo Fernandez and Guensati have sort of taken over that role, but Pape still a fixture in the back. He's got it right now.
Oh, great pass to Leo Fernandez.
Fernandez orchestrating. Guensati trying to turn. Left-footed blast. Knocked down by Anderson.
Well, it all started with a peach of a pass by Pape Diakite on the feet of Fernandez. Ball comes inside, and Tenari with the left foot. And an excellent save in the end by Anderson. But it just shows what this Rowdies team, over the last 5 games, what they can do in the last third.
Corner kick for the Rowdies. Diakite couldn't elevate.
Well, they're certainly trying to pick out Diakite. It is up to the big number 44 now to try and get on the end of some of these crosses.
Ryan, we have been waiting for Diakite to connect on a set piece all season long. We know it's going to happen at some point.
I think the odds are he is going to get on the end of one, Drew. And when he does, I think the entire bench are going to leave and jump on the field.
Kind of like they did after David Najim scored his first goal earlier this month.
Diakite is such a vocal leader and a favorite in that Rowdy dressing room.
Yep.
Look at Sebastian Guenzati getting back.
Oh, great passes this time. Martinez handling. And now this one back to Johnson. Joel Johnson sneaking one through to Martinez. McCarthy comes up just in time.
Well, what a crafty move by Joel Johnson. But McCarthy read it all the way.
How difficult is it to play, Ryan? A team with absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah, they're just trying to find their way. They're sticking to the basics, and here they come again. They know exactly what the Rowdies have to do. Come forward, try and get 3 points. If they stay compact, the blue shirts I'm talking about, stay compact, it's going to put the pressure on the Rowdies to try and find avenues, to find lanes. And all of a sudden, the Independents start playing with house money. Somebody we're going to have to start seeing taking some chances is Zach Steinberger. He's going to have to become that runner from deep, that extra player moving forward, where Charlotte do not pick up. He's going to have to create an opportunity for this Rowdies team.
Richards sending it forward. Guenzati's taps to Fernandez. Now another nice touch to Tenari. He'll work out of the corner, and the ball will be hit out. Rowdies should have a corner coming up. Andrew Tenari continues to be active. 9 goals last year with New York Red Bulls too. Anderson, the goalie for Charlotte, once again put on guard.
Dare we say, Drew, that Pape Diakite is back in the 18-yard box.
Tenari blasts this one high. Diakite elevating again. Oh, Anderson came over to make the save. Pape wants that goal so badly.
And he's working for it. And Tenari again going to the last post, going back to the well. And Diakite got a good enough impact on it. Just couldn't steer it in.
Trouble this time. McCarthy has to just tap it out. Richards was also there to help. Alex Martinez. The Martinez brothers have been much more effective tonight for Charlotte than in weeks past.
The Rowdies cannot sleep on Alex Martinez. He has 3 assists already this season. He's 4th in the USL. He can pick out a player on any opportunity.
Enzo Martinez was a force in the first half. Rowdies certainly know where he is. Johnson tapped off his foot. It'll belong to Tampa Bay.
Well, Leo Fernandez has been spoken about his offensive traits for the last couple of weeks. There we saw what he does at that left wing back position, willing to get back and tackle and defend, and winning a throw-in for the Rowdies.
Now it's Guenzati. Guenzati in a foot race. Tenari right there with him. Andrew Tenari. Rowdies do not have a numbers advantage. Gutman will knock it down. And now Charlotte will attempt to counter. Look at Tejada though on that far side. Just does not stop running. And a whistle will be a foul on Juan Tejada. Gutierrez, our official tonight, Daniel Gutierrez, done a good job here in the second half, keeping things under control.
This has definitely been a chippy game. Charlotte Independents being physical from the first whistle and has put the pressure on Mr. Gutierrez tonight. As we see an errant pass by the Rowdies. So it looks like the Independents.
Getting through again, Martinez. Fernandez there, takes a beautiful dive, and Diakite comes out for Tampa Bay. Altogether, Ryan, how would you say the Rowdies' ball handling has been tonight? The connecting of passes, connecting the dots.
I think Tenari has been brilliant. I just think Oduro and Steinberger have not shown their true colors on the ball tonight. Need a little bit more from the number 8 to try and get in the game and create a little more flow for the Rowdies coming through that midfield. There he is. And there he goes. So Domaduro and Steinberger have to be more involved in getting that possession and moving the ball through the midfield for the Rowdies.
Caleb Richards. Lots of room to operate, sending it back for Tampa Bay. I think the key storyline has been Charlotte able to shut down Leo Fernandez so far. Just has not been able to really find his rhythm in this match.
Yeah.
Steinberger, nice 1-2 though. Tenari right back. Guenzati puts it in motion. Steinberger is there. Out comes the goalie. Ball is still alive in the box. The goal is open. Rowdies want contact and they're not going to get it.
Well, Steinberger came forward and played a lovely 1-2 with Guenzati. Anderson got caught out of position, and luckily the ball did not fall for a Rowdy. Luckily for Mr. Anderson, that is. And Charlotte survive another attack.
Whistle this time, and it's going to be on Morad. Let's take a look at that last flurry.
Anderson getting his hand on it, but just not decisive. Bounces off his back. Steinberger goes down. Could have been a penalty there. And it fell kindly for Alex Martinez, who just played it out of the back. Now a chance for the Independents to try and conjure something. Oh, beautiful play by Gutman, showing what he can do when he gets forward.
And we're closing in on our first substitution here in this match. Enzo Martinez now plays it out. Taku touches for Charlotte. This one will be blasted to the right side. Alex Martinez. Leo Fernandez trying to stay with him. Martinez with the curler, and that one just over the crossbar. And that will pave way now for, I believe we're going to have a corner kick coming up here.
Great bit of skill by Alex Martinez, going on his left foot and almost finding that far corner. Looks like there was a deflection, so his brother Enzo Martinez is going to walk over and kick this corner.
Enzo Martinez.
Bit of pushing here by Tariq Morad. And looks to be Stephen Tico. Sorry, Hugh Roberts rather. And the referee again having to get in the middle of another squabble.
Our official, Daniel Gutierrez, has been busy tonight. Enzo Martinez now, the in-swing. McCarthy got a piece. Oh, turning around to give it a swing was Andrew Gutman. And now that will clear the way for our first substitutions here tonight. And for the Charlotte Independents, it is going to be the ageless wonder, Jorge Herrera, as Dominic Caduro will head out. One of the great scorers in the history of USL Championship Soccer now takes the pitch at 39 years old. He is a legend.
He is a legend. Like we said, the classic number 10. And this is perfect for the Independents. They have their veteran, the living legend himself, Herrera, coming in with 25 minutes to go. And the score is 1-1. Just enough time for him to get going. Just enough time for him to make an impact.
And meanwhile, for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Antoine Hopino will come in. Zach Steinberger's night will be done.
Interesting decision, keeping Brandon Allen on. And Antoine Hopino getting his first taste of action since his suspension of the Louisville game 2 weeks ago. He missed the Atlanta game on Wednesday.
Johnson able to win it in the midfield. Now just the ball avoids the touchline. Charlotte getting numbers ahead. Well, fans follow the Rowdies and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Over 2 million sports fans are already discovering ESPN+. Watch the USL Championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com, and action starting to pick up.
Looks like Taku tried to take a ride on Aduro's back. A little bit of payback for that first half challenge. And it's a free kick for the Rowdies. But it looks like Andrew Tenari has dropped back into Zach Steinberger's position as that holding midfielder. And Seba Gwenzati has dropped into that position behind the forwards of Brandon Allen and Antoine Hoppenot. So all-out attack, 3 forwards, more of a 3-4-3 for the Rowdies here.
Caleb Richards connects to Gwenzati. Now Fernandez collecting for Tampa Bay. Sebastian Gwenzati, the only goal for the Rowdies here tonight. This ball is sent in. Cleared momentarily by the Independents. Great job by Richards to track it down.
Great skill by Richards. And now that Tenari has dropped back, he's going to have a little more space for him to clip the ball into the box like he did just now. So Coach Collins is going to be asking for a lot of movement from Brandon Allen and Antoine Hoppenot.
Oh, going down that time is Morad. Charlotte now with numbers in front. Herrera leading the charge. Independence tacking from that left side, and Rowdies retreating frantically that time before Richards tapped it out.
Well, Tariq Morad took a tumble, and guess who ended up on the ball? Here he is, Herrera. The ball comes back inside, but nobody there.
That's a heads-up play, too, by Richards to know that there was no help on that backside. All he could do was send it out.
Yeah, heads-up play by the Norwich lone man.
Rowdies know that that guy right there is in the game. Jorge Herrera, always a threat. And right now the lead goal scorer for the Independents.
2 goals already this season. He has a knack for being in the right place at the right time.
Enzo Martinez, this time on the ground. Independents let it go back, and then a blast into Ralph's mob. Ralph's mob not appreciating that. And letting number 29 Mansally have it at the moment.
Well, Ralph's mob are not going to hesitate to let you know how they feel. Good or bad.
That was sent like a missile right in to that Rowdies cheering section.
Maybe he just didn't like the tune, Drew, on the drum.
Well, who is up and who is down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. Rowdies turning and going down this time is Hoppenot, who just checked in. The Rowdies will have it just outside that 18-yard box.
Antoine Hoppenot getting on the ball. A rash challenge by the Independents. And now the Rowdies have the ball. A free kick, and again, a dangerous position. Alex Martinez trying to plead his case. And it's in Leo Fernandez territory. Still a little far out to the right-hand side. But the sort of confidence the Brazilian has right now, he may just have a crack at Mr. Anderson's post.
Leo Fernandez straight in. Oh, fisted out by Anderson, right back, and Anderson there again. Rowdies get 2 good looks, but right at the keeper.
Well, don't blink, because Fernandez has that crack, and it ends up at Juan Tejada, who just had an 18-yard header right to Mr. Anderson.
Alex Martinez now, the Uruguayan for Charlotte. Taku, the former Rowdy, right at Fernandez. Another nice touch. Martinez sent it across. Tejada able to cut it off, and now Tampa Bay can counter with Gwenzati.
Well, here's a rare opportunity for Tampa to counter. The Independents do a good job tracking back.
71st minute. Rowdies have had 3 draws this year. They don't want a 4th tonight here at home. They want 3 points. Guenzati, the shot straight on. Anderson able to get on the ground. Just not enough velocity on that one.
Here's a free kick by Fernandez. Anderson getting both hands to it. And yes, that was an 18-yard header by the Panamanian, Mr. Juan Tejada.
So right now, if you're the Rowdies, Ryan, how do you get that breakthrough goal here? What do you keep on going to, or what do you start perhaps fresh?
I think because they're so compact in the middle, Charlotte, Juan Tejada and Leo Fernandez have to find some room on those wings and try to deliver some service to the big Brandon Allen and Antoine Hopeno.
Mikkel Maria.
It's going to be interesting to see how long Coach Collins stays with the big number 10. With Mr. Leon Taylor on the bench, he may have a chance to get in.
Martinez, and now Taku. This is Herrera. Jorge Herrera, fresh legs.
Just amazing to see Herrera going to his left foot like it's no problem.
Gutman sends it in, and McCarthy uses that long frame to reel it down for Tampa Bay.
Mr. Philly with his cool hat comes out and just plucks that one out of the air.
Well, be sure to check in and tune in on Wednesday, April 30th for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3. New expansion side Memphis battles 2-time USL Cup champion Louisville City. The week's best match on the Game of the Week, April 30th on ESPN3. Rowdies trying to get a shot off in the box there. It was Tenari that time.
Good movement by Hopeno.
Yep.
Leo Fernandez just helping out Fernandez on that wing. And Hopeno with those fresh legs is going to be more open than not in these dying minutes.
Jim McGinnis got to be happy with this team's effort up to this point. And this goal, this game, very much still up for grabs for both sides.
Well, the longer this game stays at 1-1, the more dangerous the Independents get. They've taken it on the chin, what the Rowdies had to offer, and the game is still tied. And now the Rowdies have to find a way.
%66% possession time tonight for the Rowdies. Only 33 for Charlotte, yet Charlotte has been able to create quality chance after chance here. They've made the most of their opportunities when they have had that little possession.
Correct.
Usually come off quick counters.
They've allowed the Rowdies a lot of space and time on the ball while they sit back on defense and then try to catch them on the counter-attack.
North Carolina playing some soccer right now. 4-1. They beat this Charlotte side last week, Ryan. 3-0 at home. Guenzati now for Tejada. Tejada sends one on. Anderson there to knock it down.
Well, we just spoke about Tejada and Fernandez having to find some space to unlock this defense. Juan Tejada just has to do a little bit more with that service on the right-hand side.
St. Louis Swope Park also battling at the moment. Fans on the edge of their seat here waiting. Who is going to score? The visiting side, Charlotte, or the home Tampa Bay Rowdies? Taku now, Independence
content to possess. Herrera trying to turn. Martinez handling it, trying to squeeze it through to Herrera. Can't let him get loose, and the Rowdies able to cut him off just before he had a one-on-one with McCarthy.
Well, the Independents have their own South American connection. It was the Uruguayan Martinez and the Colombian Herrera linking up. And that's what Mr. Herrera does. Connects the dots. Tick-tock, tick-tock in the middle. And almost getting on the end of that pass from Martinez.
See some of the all-time greats in this game, though, make plays just like that, like Herrera, finding that space, that crease, and doing what they do best, finishing.
Yeah, when the space is tight, you have to create your space. And Herrera just so savvy in those tight spaces.
Enzo Martinez now. Free kick coming up for Charlotte.
Looks like it's going to be Mikkel Maria with his deft left foot. Going to try to find Steven Tico, number 5, and number 3, Hugh Roberts.
McCarthy on guard. He's conceded once tonight. This ball high on the far side. McCarthy there to knock it down once more. Enzo Martinez was able to get a foot on it for the Independents, and now the Rowdies can set up a counterattack here.
Well, the plan worked. It was the last post cross, and it looks like Enzo Martinez's header was just too close to McCarthy, and McCarthy just snuffed it out.
Fernandez, bottled up all night long, gets free for a moment, gets it to Aduro. Morad coming up for the Rowdies. Tejada will now handle on the right side. Tejada, he'll let one go. And the ball will be sent out. The Rowdies will have a corner kick.
This is exactly what Juan Tejada and the Rowdies needs. When Tejada gets that ball in that position to take his man on one-on-one, just find a bit of, just a millimeter of space to whip that ball across the goal.
Curtis Anderson's been solid tonight for the Independents. Trying to at least have his team leave here with a point. Leo Fernandez, another in-swing coming up here. Ball's curling. Allen in the vicinity. Diakite trying to get a foot on it. Now it's Hopino. Hopino's shot knocked down. And Charlotte able to come out of there with no damage done. Oh, wow, that was close.
Well, Antoine Hopino just got that ball in point-blank range, and the Independents threw their bodies at it. There's Diakite going down, Hopino on the end. He cuts inside beautifully, and Jorge Herrera, arm against the body, is not a handball, so it's legit. And Brandon Allen snipes over, and number 23, Leon Taylor, is about to try to make a nuisance of himself in the 18-yard box for the Rowdies.
So, Ryan, if you're the Rowdies, what do you get now with Leon Taylor on the pitch here for the remainder of this contest?
You get movement, sharp cuts, ins and outs in the 18-yard box. So now it's up to Tejada, Sebastian Guenzati, and Leo Fernandez to provide that service for Taylor, who is constantly moving in the 18-yard area.
Now it's Hopino. Hopino trying to turn. On his back was Hugh Roberts. And a little frustrated is Antoine as he goes down. See Leon Taylor trying to get in position for the Rowdies, and we'll have one more substitute here. Zion Jones will come in, and exiting will be Mansally for Charlotte.
Well, Zion Jones is the latest signing for this Independence team. The US under-20 international is now setting foot on the pitch here for the Independents, who with 10 minutes to go And now finding a little bit of space to work with here. Jorge Herrera and now Zion Jones, two very talented players, are going to try to find a way to steal this one here in Armen Stadium.
Should be a fast and furious final 10 minutes of action here. Oh, Charlotte attacking. Rowdies able to cut it down, though, with Aduro. There's the shot story. Rowdies have evened that thing up at 11.
The scouting report on Zion Jones is that he's so good on one-on-ones, so quick and elusive. The Rowdies are going to have to keep an eye on that. Great cover by Caleb Richards. Just tracking down Taku.
Maria able to find a crease. Martinez. And McCarthy there. Another good job by Caleb Richards, who has really run like crazy here tonight. Enzo Martinez, meanwhile, continues to be a thorn in the Rowdy side. The 82nd minute, level at 1. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly. Rowdies trying to get that goal to push them ahead. Leo Fernandez shoved in the back that time. No whistle. Martinez looked like he came from behind him just as he let the ball go.
Well, it's Antoine Hopino with the service, and Leo Fernandez just put off balance by number 23, Alex Martinez. A savvy bit of play by the Uruguayan just to throw off the Brazilian.
Guenzati. After he passed from Diakite. Saw Tenari say he was held that time, and looks like another substitute about to happen for Charlotte is Jake Armen, the midfielder with an assist this season. He will check in for the Independents here momentarily.
Now, Jake Armen is a renaissance sort of player, very versatile, can plug up the holes for Coach McGuinness. Looks like number 23, Alex Martinez, is going to come out. And we'll see where Armen goes, whether it's on the left-hand wing or the right-hand wing for this Independence team.
Alex Martinez, the former Sporting KC star. He, along with Enzo, really put in a performance tonight.
Well, it looks like Zion has drifted out to the left. Herrera is going to sit behind in that number 10 spot. And Armen is drifting out to the right.
Keep your eye on Leon Taylor, close to the ball right now for Tampa Bay. So tough to mark and just can wreak havoc inside the box. Tejada. He and Goodman have been going at it just all night long, and Tejada will get a call. Tejada pushed down. Charlotte will win possession.
I think Charlotte got away with one there. Tejada looked to be impeded. Zion Jones sprinted away. Here's Tenari again, the playmaker himself.
Caleb Richards and the Rowdies see if they can get one good possession in here. One goal could be all it takes. Here moving forward, Guenzati now with Fernandez. Richards.
Similar to the Louisville game 2 weeks ago, Drew, we see the Rowdies so good in that first half, so much energy and movement. In the second half, we see teams, after the coach gets a good look at them, you see teams sort of compact in that second half, and just like Louisville did. And we now see Charlotte doing that in this second half, and the chances have sort of shriveled up, if you will.
Jim McGinnis, he coached under Roger Schmidt, legendary coach who at one point led Bayer Leverkusen. You got some great coaches in the USL Championship who know how to make adjustments and can do it on the road.
But this amazing USL league is providing a platform for coaches like Coach Collins from Scotland, who can now apply their trade here.
Meanwhile, Neil Collins. Interesting to see who that third substitute is going to be. Tenari, give away that time. Tejada can't get it through, and Andrew Tenari wins it back, making a great play. And now let's see if the Rowdies can work. Fernandez lost it that time. Rowdies probably should have been a little bit more patient in that situation.
Oh, what a tackle by Andrew Tenari. Tejada giving away, Tenari covering up. Aduro's ball was not too good to Fernandez. And here comes Zion Jones.
Trouble for the Rowdies. Ball inside the box. Look out. Armen watches it sail over his head.
Well, he has that long stride, Zion Jones. It's going to be hard to catch up to. His delivery was not good. And the Rowdies relieved.
I would love to see Leon Taylor get a touch here in the next few minutes for Tampa Bay. As the final substitute is up off the bench, Jordan Dougherty set to check in for the Rowdies, the 18-year-old who has made a difference, got a start against Atlanta. He'll be inserted here momentarily. Now it's Guenzati. Sebastian Guenzati's service in the air. Header by Fernandez, taken care of by Anderson.
Well, good bit of skill by the Uruguayan. El Capitan making room for himself. The cross. And good defending by Joel Johnson. Just bodying off Fernandez. Here it is again. Sebastian Guenzati using that body of his. A little chip, delicate chip. And Fernandez just can't get the power. Good defending by Johnson. Charlotte so disciplined throughout this game defensively.
And a big example of the Rowdies' youth. 20-year-old Caleb Richards exits. 18-year-old Jordan Dougherty enters the match for the Rowdies. Dougherty on loan from the AFL's Sheffield United FC, part of the Ireland U20s.
Again, USL just providing this platform for these players and these coaches.
Andrew Tenari trying to sneak into the 18. Tejada sends it back. And now Juan Tejada, can he get a service in here? There's Gutman again. And it'll be a Rowdies corner. So this is where Leon Taylor really is a threat if you are the Rowdies. 23 with his back to us. Likely going to be targeted here, and Diakite, keep in mind, has been aggressive also in set pieces, but Taylor is certainly your guy.
Well, before Diakite was the only target. Now that Leon Taylor is there, Charlotte has something to think about.
Taylor watches it go over his head. Diakite able to get a head on it. Hopino trying to chase it down. And I believe they're going to call it out. Hopino thought he had kept it in, but it will belong to the Independents.
Well, the service by Fernandez just a little too lofty, too much air, giving the defense time to set and get on Diakite. Just feel those crosses have to be whipped in. But Independents, give them credit. They've been disciplined. They've stuck to the script.
Regulation time winding down here at Outlay. And we are going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time added. 3 minutes left to play. Charlotte Independents, Tampa Bay Rowdies. It should be a fast and furious 3 minutes.
Well, if you're the Independents, you want to hold a little possession as Mikkel Maria stands over the ball. Oh, in this instance, looks like they want to just gain yards. Down in the corner it goes. Great control by Martinez, but he's put his team under some pressure.
Leon Taylor slowly approaching. Anderson able to clear. Now it's Fernandez with time and space. Leo Fernandez, touch to Hopino. Hopino's got to come up and get that.
But Leo Fernandez has played just about every minute this season for the Rowdies. It seems to be showing here in the second half of this game.
Hopino, not sharp. Passing at the moment. Herrera's going to come up, and Aduro can't collect for the Rowdies.
A lot of tired legs out there, fatigue setting in, passes going astray. And the Rowdies just a minute and a half away here from a draw at Al-Lang Stadium, which Coach Collins, I'm sure, would want to have in the bag.
Tejada. Ball will be sent out. Tejada will throw it in for the Rowdies. They have been really physical with Tejada tonight, as well as Leo Fernandez.
I think Juan Tejada, playing in that right wing-back position, has done a great job tonight. Showing energy, showing skill, picking up his defensive assignments.
Andrew Tenari to give this one a ride.
It's the last chance saloon here for the Rowdies, as the referee wants the exact blade of grass.
Andrew Tenari right in front of Rowdies fans. Puts it in motion. Ball be sent right back. Tenari will throw this one in now as the clock continues to tick along more towards the end.
Just a beautiful bit of skill by Tenari on the line. Just trying to flick the ball past Enzo Martinez. And it hits his arm. And it's going to be another free kick, a chance for Tenari. This time, the Samba man comes across. Leo Fernandez. He's going to put this ball right in the 6-yard box for Mr. Curtis Anderson to make a play on it.
Leo Fernandez in what could be the Rowdies' final chance. Little bit of air under this one. Misdirected over the goal. Rowdies can't convert. And the Tampa Bay Rowdies will have to settle for 1 point tonight. The Rowdies with a 1-1 draw to Charlotte Independence. Give the visitors credit. They came in here, got an early goal on the board, and played tough from start to finish. Sebastian Guenzati with that lone goal as we send it down to Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, a hard-fought one out there tonight, but you only come away with 1 point. What was the biggest challenge tonight? What did Charlotte do that really prevented you guys from coming away with the win?
I think it's just an anomaly of this league. You travel to Atlanta on Tuesday, you play a really, really tough match. You travel back Thursday and you play against a team that are prepared all week. I thought the boys gave everything. I think a point's probably a fair result. We pushed, but they came here with a game plan, tried to counter. I think we could have scored, but I equally think they gave us a couple of problems. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the team. I think 4 points from this week. We'll feel that we could have got 6, but we move on.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, Heather, thanks so much. 1-1 the final score, Rowdies and Independence. And we'll wrap this thing up from Al-Lang Stadium when we return on ESPN+.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics right here in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
UFC heavyweight Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dreams while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Rowdies now hit the road for the next 2 at Indy 11, then at Nashville SC before coming home to take on the New York Red Bulls 2 on May 18th. Swope Park also at home, and then followed by a trip to Birmingham. Hope you enjoyed it. 1-1 the final score. Rowdies get a point, 16 points now on the season. The record falls to 4-0-4. Charlotte gets a critical point on the road as well. For Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly, our phenomenal crew here in downtown St. Pete, I'm Drew Felios. We'll see you next time here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.